All right, hello there. Just making sure everything's running. I've got all of my supplies here for today. And I will wait just a second for some more of our friends to join us today, so we can all do a little bit of painting together. I think that's what we're going to be doing today. So as I do that, as I hold on for a few people to join me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of show you the supplies I'll be using. They're pretty standard. I don't think I'm using anything that's too special or anything that's kind of out of the norm for doing any kind of watercolor painting. Yeah, so I'll tell you a little bit about what I've got, and in the meantime I'll say hello to some of you. I see Carrie says hello, hi, I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good, thank you. I hope you're doing well too. We've got Michelle says hello Michelle. We've got Nancy says hello from upstate New York. Nice, very nice. Hello to all of you. So let's see, what kind of things do I have here? So, of course, we're going to have some watercolor paper. I'm going to grab another sheet of paper real soon. Of course, everybody's got their own preference for watercolor paper. This is about 90 pound, so it's about student grade. That's what I'm using. It's not the best, but it works. Not perfect, but it works. You're going to have your paints. You'll probably notice that what I've got are gouache. And these are metallic. I got these a long time ago and I haven't really used them as much as I should, so that's what I've got here is a handful of colors of metallic gouache. It actually functions just so much like watercolor that's what I'm using today. Please do not be afraid. If you have watercolor, feel free to use it. You could also have one of these. Kids use these, adults use them. I've used this for a long time and I just can never finish it because it lasts forever, so you could use one of these as well. It's always a good idea, aside from having a handful of brushes of different sizes, it's good to have something to put your paint on. You could have a little plate like this. This is just a ceramic plate. It's always good to have that. You could have something fancy like this with all these little wells in it. It's not necessary. You can just use a plate. And then I had to learn the hard way that I needed multiple containers of water. So I've got a couple of things like little jars or bowls or things like that. So I'll be filling these with water in just a second. And of course, to do a little bit of sketching, I have a pencil. And it's always handy to have a pen just in case you want to do some doodling. Anything else you want is up to you, of course. That's what I'll be using today. And then I've got black and white as well. These are also gouache. Let me check real quick. Yeah, these are also gouache, but it would be very similar if you had watercolor. Because none of these are acrylic gouache. They are the old-fashioned kind of gouache where when you use it, kind of reactivates a little bit again if it gets wet again, so it's pretty similar. Black and white's always good for adding little details, so that's what I'll be using today. Let me check the chat real quick. Let's see, make sure my sound is on. Yeah. Oh, nice. We got a couple more people said hello. Jackie, hello. Hi, Jackie. Vanaja, that's right. I feel like I'm gonna continue to say it wrong. I do apologize. I believe I said it right. Yeah, hello from Perth, Australia. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. We've also got Carla. Hi, Carla. From Scotland. Oh, we've got a good number of places. New York, Australia, Scotland. Oh, that's so nice. So yeah, we're going to be playing around with watercolors if you have them, or gouache, something like that, or any kind of paint you want, of course. So let's get started. I am going to grab a piece of watercolor paper, and I'm probably going to cut it down because it's a bit big. And that should also give you guys, if you have your supplies, any of these supplies, it'll give you guys a second as well to go grab a few more things if you need anything else. Of course, I'll grab some paper in a sec. Let's see, where is it? There we go. This sheet of paper is a bit large. It's a bit on the large side. I think it's 9 inches by 12 inches. I'm not interested in doing anything that large today. I believe I'll cut it in half. And then I think I'm good to go. Sometimes I feel like with watercolor or gouache, I feel like it's easier to fill a larger sheet. So if you want to use a whole sheet, go ahead. Go right ahead, you know? Go right ahead. The more the merrier, they say, right? The more the merrier. So yep, that's what I've got today. And I do believe I need to scoot a few things to the side. For some reason, my desk is always busy. with lots of things, lots and lots of things. There we go. All right. So I hope everybody's doing well. It's Sunday, for me at least. I think some of you might already be in Monday, aren't you? Yeah. Some of you might already be ahead. Time travelers here. Shirley from Australia. Wales. Love your artwork, says Shirley. Thank you. Thank you. I'm getting some water. Probably getting a little carried away with the water. Let's transfer some here. Perfect. We're gonna have water that's gonna get a little mucky, and then we're gonna have some water that's gonna stay a little cleaner, right? That's what we like to do when we're painting. Clean water and mucky water. And then my drinking water is way on the other side of my desk, so I don't dunk any brushes into it, right? Hopefully I won't dunk any brushes into my drinking water. That would be really nice. Oh, hi. Beatriz or Beatriz Aguillon? Hi. From Lafayette, Louisiana. Hello. I'm glad you've joined us. We're just going to be doing a little bit of drawing. So the first thing that I would like to do is I do have in mind the kind of butterflies that I'd like to draw. And I do want them to be very colorful. So I'm going to start with my pencil, just doing a little bit of a sketch. That's what I'd like to start. So I'm going to get a little closer so we can sketch together. Scoot over my water for now. And I know that you all probably saw the thumbnail, very colorful butterflies, and I'm going to bring them up so that you can see some of my samples I'll be working with. So I'm thinking of doing a couple of butterflies, very colorful with a lot of color gradients, and I do have a few other references that I'm looking at. So this is a little bit simpler, just straightforward, one butterfly. You can see lots of colors there. It's still pretty much the same kind of butterfly I'm looking at with my references. And of course, for those of you who are playing along, following along, feel free to have some references of your own if you want to, but this is pretty much what I'm working with right here. It's just a couple of these little guys, and yeah, that's pretty much what I'm working with today. So what I'm going to do is a sketch of this. Maybe even like this one in black and white, but you can see they're all pretty much the same. It kind of looks like a monarch butterfly, but we're really going to play with the colors right now. So let's see if we can get a sketch of this done. I'm going to kind of angle mine a little bit. It looks like we're going to do a really simple body. Just a little shape like that. And maybe just a longer one here. We will add more detail afterward. But for now, it's just this oval, this little shape on top to be kind of the head. Maybe it's too long. And for you, if you decide to change the shapes a little bit, don't worry about it. It's perfectly fine if you want to change the shapes. So this is the body for mine. And as far as the wings are concerned, I would like to draw some wings, a bit of an angle like that. And I don't want to make them the same. Let me think about it. Okay. This one I'll make them the same on both sides. I'll explain to you what I mean in just a second. So, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. And it looks like the shape of the wing comes out right here a little bit. You'll notice I'm kind of doing the same thing on both sides so that we can kind of do the same thing. And the shape here has got a little bit of a curve there. I'll be adjusting as I go just because I'm going by my reference and doing my best to recreate it. So there's somewhat of a curve there, right? Same thing here. And you don't need perfection. You can be a little sketchy. You can kind of try figuring it out. Okay, that's pretty close. The top of the wings right there. Yeah, let me check the chat real quick. Just really, really quick. And now we've got a couple of messages there. Yep. Miss Melissa, hello. Yeah. Hi there. Glad to see you there. Yeah. Nice quiet Sunday for me at least. Nice quiet Sunday. So then we're going to do the bottom of those wings there. And for my different references are just a little different. But it looks like the wing here, we've got this bottom part here. Seems like. I'm going to go with that. And then this area, it's rounded but wavy. I kind of like that. Rounded and wavy. like that. It's got some waviness to it. It's pretty close, right? It's not bad. Of course, there's going to be some antenna here. It's an antenna. And not all my butterflies have this in them, but I do like it when they have, I think I'll give them those weird little peaks. So they will go in here somewhere. Is this realistic? Probably not. Not all butterflies are different. I think this is definitely like a made up sort of butterfly, but it's got features of a lot of different butterflies. So it's going to be a little crazy one. So there's my first sketch for the butterfly. I'd like to also go in and sketch just a few of the minor details right now. So it seems like the edge here is going to look a little different here. Here as well. This is going to be dark. I'll show you my reference again real quick. It's going to be black. And the same thing here on the bottom. Black with white spots that we will make there. And then it also looks like the wings have these sort of little veins. Can you see that? It's got these little lines throughout. So we're going to make a few of those. They don't have to be exact, but we'll put a few in there. I think that's what I'll do right now. That's what it'll be good. Yeah, Renee. Hi, Renee. Says, happy Sunday from Pacific Northwest. So you've got some rain, huh? Yeah, over here we got through some rain recently. And it's pretty calm now. So you'll notice I'm kind of just sketching in a few lines. So here's my first one. I think I'm going to, just as what everything else I've been doing, I'm going to try to mirror it over here. That's just my tendency. I like to mirror it. So this sort of shape here. And some of you may be hearing my cat in the background. She's being a little meowy girl. So I guess she wants attention right now. Hi, sweetie. Oh my goodness. She's a little crybaby right now. She's being a little crybaby. So I think I'm just going to do one here and here. I'm kind of just going with it. Often that's what happens with a lot of us. We just got to go with it. And then I'm going to add a third one here. Connect that line to the end. Is this accurate to a real butterfly? Most likely not. But I'm enjoying it. So I'm going to make a shape here, like that. Again, feel free to change and adjust yours however you feel comfortable. If you have a way you like to draw butterflies, oh, even better. This shape here will probably be rounded off like that. Same thing as this one, like that. And then it looks like up here there's just a couple of sort of, I'll show you. These kind of blobs, these white shapes here. I'll sort of try to recreate them here. So I've got one here. I'll put one here. And then I'll just make some circles because I think they look kind of nice. 2 circles. So again, I'll be painting all over this. We will be painting on this. This is just kind of a sketch to get started with. I love that when we paint on this, the sketch in the background kind of disappears. So I am going to add a few shapes down here. Mirror them on both sides, of course. We're going to mirror them. And I think the way I'd like to start this is by making this one kind of leaf shape here. In the very sort of center of this. Very leaf shape, sort of, like that. That's how I'd like to start that. And then on the side, I'll make a line going that way. Line going that way. I'll do it to the other one as well. Line going that way. Line going that way. Again, don't worry about this. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're just generally getting the idea of a butterfly across. And then really all I'm going to do is just make a couple of lines right here. So here's a line. Here's a line, almost like the veins on a leaf. A line and a line, like the veins on a leaf. I'll just do it over here as well. The center one, and then a line like that, like a Y almost, and one here, like that. So they almost just look like these little veins on a leaf. We will work with these a little more once we get some color down on the page. I think that's what we're going to be doing. So that's a butterfly that just looks like you're looking right down at it and it's got its wings spread open. There is another way to draw a butterfly that makes it look like it's a little bit to the side. And so we can do that, but I'm going to make a simpler butterfly for that. How about that? We can play with that one. So I'll show you how to do that right now. Let's see, we're going to scoot over here. We're going to make it over here. Yes, we are. Oh, hello. New song from, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at the states' names. N-E. Oh, is it Northeast Mississippi? Is that what that means? Hello. How are you doing? I thought it was maybe like the name of the state, but then I saw that it was Mississippi. You gave the name of the state. Thank you. That helps me out a lot. It really, really does. So for my next butterfly, thank you. For my next butterfly, I'm going to angle it. I think it's just going to look nice when it's angled the other way. So I'm just going to make a simple body like the first one. So I'm going to make this kind of oval and kind of an abdomen. So it'll be long like this. An abdomen. There we go. And a head. The head's just this little partial circle like that. So I think, what does it count as? A torso, an abdomen, and the head. I think I can just go ahead and put some antenna on it, right? This is a wingless butterfly so far, right? My wing that I'm going to put out here is going to be just like this, a normal butterfly wing. So I'm just going to create my top line. I'm going to make this entire wing fully open just like this, but for my other wing that's going to be adjusted, notice how my line sticks up more. So I'll show you how it adjusts each time. For my normal wing, there's this line here. And for my wing that's at a different angle, I'm going to mirror this, but it's going to be squashed. Imagine this line, but just a little shorter. It's like I squished it. If you're having a hard time with this, don't worry about it. Just make a normal butterfly. So this is elongated, this one's squashed. Let me go ahead and make just a simple curve here. And over here, I will also try to make the curve. I'll do my best. I'm doing it. There we go. I think maybe that one will be better like that. Just like that. So see, this one's longer, this one's shorter. It's like it got pressed in. So it's a bit of kind of the way the eye sees it when one butterfly wing is up more like that. That's what we're trying to do. So let's make a normal one right here. I'm going to make it pointy so that it also has a little tail like that. If any of you know what the butterflies are that have these adorable little tails on the end of the bottom one, let me know please, because I can't quite remember. Is it like a swallowtail, I think? Swallowtail, I think that's what it is. Maybe not. Yeah, let me know if any of you know the name of the types of butterflies that have this cute little kind of peak at the bottom like that. So let me try to adjust a little. I think it's supposed to be shaped more like this. That's the nice part of starting this whole thing off with a pencil, right? Let's see if that works. That might work. So what I'm going to do again is to try to mimic that shape. Oh, a swallowtail is one of them? Oh, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, idyllic acrylics. Oh, Julie, yeah, said a swallowtail is one of them. Okay. I might adjust this. It feels a little wonky for now, but we'll see how it looks when I finish it. So I'm going to try to do that over here as well. So notice how I'm making it squashed like this. See, it looks a little more squashed. It's hard sometimes to get the shape in the right place, but just give it a try. You might surprise yourself. So there we go. Let's see how that looks. I'm going to remove this to make it so it's behind it. Maybe like that. I think that might work. Let me adjust this just a little. It might be even better. Let me try making the little swirl the other way. So again, I would like you to notice how I kind of change my mind about things and I move things and I change things. It's okay to doubt yourself and think, no, I want it different. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? So that's the illusion right there. This wing is all the way open and this one here is angled upwards so you see less of it. That's the idea for this. And I think that's good enough. Could it be better? Maybe. But I think that's good enough. I think that's pretty good. Oh, so Carla mentioned it could also be a brimstone butterfly. Ooh, that sounds interesting. A brimstone butterfly. I'm going to write it down over here so that I don't forget. That sounds like I want to look it up. Brimstone butterfly. I'm doing it. Brimstone butterfly. Oh, how cute. Oh, they do have like these little peaks on the ends. It's not as pronounced. Oh, that is lovely. That is such a cool color. Let me make sure. Brimstone butterfly. Oh, okay. That is such an interesting color. Oh, look at that little peak. They look like leaves. That is so cute. So that's another shape that you could do. Make these lovely little peaks right there. That's so nice. They look like leaves. That's so lovely. Yeah, every time you guys share these with me, I love showing them. They're just so neat. And his little body in the middle. Oh my gosh, there you go. You can see the shape really nicely right there. So you'll notice that some butterflies do have their wings shaped in a different direction, and it's fine to do that. They're all a little different, aren't they? That's really nice. Thank you. Yay, Brimstone has that. Yeah, Deshi, hello. Deshi says, hello there, lovely people. I'm glad you're with us here. Yeah, if you're going to draw along with us for a little bit. We just sketched out a couple of butterflies. I'm going to leave these alone because I just want to play with some shapes. And I'm just going to fill this one with color and then do some simple outlines so that you can see a little more complicated and a little simpler. So how about we start with a little bit of that color now? Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Dashi. Julie said, I've learned so much from you in regards to perspective. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm glad. I'm really glad. That's nice. Yeah, it's like it's one little experiment at a time, I think. That's how it works for me. It's like just a little bit, try it, and then maybe play around with it a few times is my thinking. I'm glad it's working for you. I'm really glad. So what I'm going to use my plate here, my little china here. Is it? Oh, it's porcelain, baby. Oh yeah, I love getting these at the thrift store. It's very, very nice. So I will be selecting a handful of colors. This one's very lovely. Oh yes, emerald. And I'll just be placing them on my plate. Just the ones that are kind of working for me. Yes, I'm going to do this in a very simple way. And I know I am using gouache. I do apologize if I keep calling it watercolor. It's just, for me, these work very similarly. You'll notice they're very close together. I won't really be mixing them too much right there where I'm putting them. I'll be mixing them on the side. This is a papaya. You'll also notice that these are metallic. So these might not look like something that you have if you don't have metallic colors. Oh, this rose. Oop, this one's hard to open. Hard to open. Nancy, hello, green dragon tail. Yeah, we're gonna put lots of little colors here. We're gonna play around. So yeah, for any of you who have other types of butterflies you like to draw, your favorite butterfly maybe, this is the time. This is it. Oh, these colors are also good. I want to put them all on here, but I feel like I shouldn't yet. Definitely I'm gonna put a green here. I want all the colors on my plate and it's a bit much. I'm going to actually switch to the other colors, the darker ones, afterward. I'm going to try to keep these a little bit on the light side for now. This is a pearl sage green. Oh boy. If I've never said it to anyone, I want you all to know that I love this color. I love like these really soft greens. They do something wonderful to my brain. Just really wonderful to my brain. I love it. Very much. And Dashi said, good to be back. Yeah, that's wonderful. No, I'm glad. Yeah, I hope that you have a chance to draw a little bit with us. Yeah. Nancy said, what's the difference between, I'm guessing it was gouache that you spelled. Gouache and watercolor. I believe, for me, they're super similar. Very, very similar. What I've noticed is that they both, in case anybody also wants to know this, I'll say this fairly quickly. The gouache and the watercolor are incredibly similar. Yeah, Julie is saying that the binders are different. I've noticed that gouache remains more vibrant. I'll even show you this little play around that I had off camera. The colors can remain very vibrant, but so do watercolor sometimes, you know? They are both activated with water, and depending on the type that you have, like what I have here, are very similar to watercolor in that even after it dries, and let's say I come back again with water again, I might still lift up the color. Watercolor does that as well. The thing that I've noticed is if you buy another brand and let's say it is acrylic, obviously acrylic gouache, once it dries entirely, you cannot lift it up anymore. So it's almost like you're painting, but you can add water and the colors will not lose any of their oomph. So yes, they are different. Yeah, and as you guys can see, you've got some of your friends in the chat also giving you some more details about how they're different and the same. I find them to be quite similar. Quite similar. That's why I'm using gouache today. I also really enjoy the way gouache layers a lot more than watercolor. To me, it feels like when you work with watercolor, maybe it's just my lack of experience, but I feel like watercolor kind of blend more, which might be something that you want. You might want that. You might not. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. I know that... Oh, Deshi is doing a different... You're drawing something different when you're doodling. And Julie added about the binders. Yes, of course. There you go. Perfect. Thank you. That is one thing I know I'd read, but I forgot. Something about the gum arabic as a binder in the drawing. Yeah, it does. It changes the way that it flows a little bit. Deshi's asking, does it last longer against... light gouache over watercolor? I'm trying to understand what you're asking. Does it last longer? Are you saying like if the painting lasts longer when you are when you add gouache or when you use gouache? This brush is too big. I think I want to find a brush that's not so big. I've got plenty of brushes. I'm gonna use some of these little ones. I know sometimes it's a hassle to find the right size brush. I think I might want this one. Might want this crunchy boy. What I do want to do is I'll start with the simple one so that I can show you a little bit of the simple play. And I do very much want to start by just getting the area wet. That's my preferred method, is to just put some water on the area first. And then what happens next is fairly quick. Okay, now that it's wet, okay, I'm ready to go. My brush is wet. I'm going to pick a color and just grab some of it. I'm going to be very light, so if you'll notice, I'm not even going to grab very much. I'm being super delicate. You can use more if you want. I'm actually going to do that on round 2. Right now I'm just trying to lay down just the most delicate amount of color. Just really quick. And I'm choosing the ends here. So like that. Let me wash it off. I just want a little more water. And I'm going to carry this through here. It's just a tiny bit of color. It's really dainty, you know? Once this dries, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the other side now. Yeah. When this dries, I'll come back and do another layer. It's often really nice to come back and do multiple layers. In that way, I have noticed that gouache and watercolor behave very similarly. Very similarly. You can do layering and just make sure you let them dry in between, okay? I've got this area wet. Let me pick up some color. You can pick up as much or as little as you want. It's up to you. Currently, I'm grabbing just a teeny tiny bit and kind of mixing it on the brush. Just really, really delicately. Depending on what I'm doing, I could use more. Right now, it's just a little bit. Let me go real quick. I'm gonna grab water just because I'm noticing that it's kind of starting to dry out there. There we go. Let me grab a little bit more. I'm attempting to mirror what I did on the other one. Let's see if I can do it, huh? Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. Grab some water. And I'm kind of just pulling it with the water a little. I'm not expecting perfection. I kind of enjoy it when it's just a little bit globby. If you need to, you can grab a tissue and pick up color anywhere where you think you got a little carried away. And I'll do that just to show you. A little bit of tissue and you can kind of dab it. If you feel like maybe you did too much, you can bring it down a little like that. That's something we can do. There we go. So that was the little bit. That's my first layer of color here. I'm going to let that set for a bit. I've got a bit of a breeze here, so this will dry off in a few minutes. In the meantime, I can continue adding colors over here. I'm going to bring my water over here because I feel like I'm reaching all the way around just to try to catch some water. There we go. Let's do some more colors here. So this butterfly now. Let's choose. What do we choose? I'm going to use a whole rainbow of colors in case you were wondering. It's going to all happen here. So what I'd like to do is just start with this center, all this space here, all of this. Just going to get the whole thing all the way to this spot here. all of it gonna get it damp. Only this one, I'll do the other one next. So I got all of that wet, and I will now start picking a few colors. I'm just grabbing a little bit. I've noticed they're starting to dry out a little. If you need to, you can spray them. I may actually do that in a sec if I can grab my little spray bottle. We'll see. We shall see. I actually don't mind if they end up getting a little messy together. You'll end up creating some really neat colors. So just a tiny bit of this pink. Let's add it from the center. How about that? That's it. Just a tiny bit. And I do know that some really good artists will go in and use more, and that is wonderful. You can do that. Currently, I am kind of just using really soft. I'll put some orange over here. I'm also trying to work fairly quickly because I do want to keep it wet while I kind of mix those colors together. And I think I'm going to put a little bit more of this first color here. Right here. So I've got this wonderful little trifecta. Gonna let them blend a little right there. Now I'm going to come in with a little bit of clean water just to let it spread a little more. They'll blend a little too. It's just gonna be there we go. 3 little colors. Very lovely. So now I'm gonna clean this and get the other one wet. How about that? Yeah, wonderful. Oh, I'm seeing in the chat a couple of people added more info. Okay, about fading in UV light, protecting the painting. Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing the discussion is about if it survives. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, so any of you who were wondering what she was wondering, check out Julie's comment there about needing to add something to it. Yeah. Yep. Let me see. I'm gonna continue here. So water, and I'll get this wet. You guys can see I'm kind of focused right now, real good. I'll go up and check the chat as I'm going along. But yeah, forgive me if I kind of missed something here. Forgive me if I missed something. I'm kind of furiously painting right now, huh? Furiously. So I'm going to do the same 3 colors real quick. A little bit of this pinkish color here. Very nice. Clean it off. What did we do? Some orange. A little bit of this orange. Over here-ish. A little bit more. I feel like it's a bit watered down right now. Let me grab some more. When I come through the second time, I will use a little bit more of a vibrant color. A little more vibrancy. But for now, it's soft. Yeah, Miss Melissa was saying that there's a topical wax you can put over them to seal them and help the fade factor. Oh, that's nice. A wax, huh? That makes sense too, because you don't want to mess up the colors or get it muddied or anything when you're trying to add something over the top of it. I'm going to add this greenish bluish color here. My trifecta. I'm going to clean it. I wish I could show you guys the water that's happening with all the little bits of glitter. And now I'm adding water just to kind of get them to blend a little. Just gently. You're gonna get a little messy, that's fine. I like that. Okay. I'd like to add more watercolor to these down here. So I'm actually going to now do these at the same time. Again, this is kind of my technique when I'm working really quickly, just to do the colors really quickly. There we go. So you see I did water on both of them. There we go. It's a little muddy already. It's getting a little pink, and I don't mind. Personally, I don't mind. I'm going to pick some of these colors. Let's do some of this rose color. This is actually one of my favorite colors. I love this rose. Pick us some up. This time, rather than up here at the top, I'm going to place it along the bottom. Both sides. I think the thing I'm learning to appreciate about this type of paint, that's very watery. I love how messy it is. It's very nice. Very messy, very wonderful. And I think, oh, I didn't even put any blue in here. Excuse me? It's fine. I'll use blue later. I'm actually going to put some of this lime green on there. So here we go. I'm just picking some up a little bit with a wet brush. Easy breezy. Just playing around. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's cute. What's interesting is these are all glittery. Our little glittery guys. Just spreading it around, not worrying. If it gets out of the lines, that's fine. Clean it off. I'll use a little bit of clean water to just kind of get these guys to move. I do also have a heating gun, which I can use briefly to help this along towards drying. Okay, so those are all the colors. Everything else here is going to require black. So really this for me is all of that I want. Although, let me see, I believe, no, these are going to be white dots on black. Yeah, as far as this picture is concerned, I'm just going to leave the rest. I actually don't need any more colors for that layer. Yeah, I think this one's pretty dry. It did pretty well. You'll notice the colors change a little bit once they dry. Yeah, cold wax, yeah, for sure. I'll have to look into that. Thank you guys for mentioning that, cold wax. I want to see how that works. So yeah, as far as my paper, I was actually just thinking, notice it's a little messy. I think that has to do with just the quality of the paper that I'm using. I feel like in the future, I'll invest in some higher quality watercolor paper so I can really, really get in there. But for now, this is kind of what's happening. A little bit of muddiness, a little bit of graininess. You can see the graininess in the paper there. Yeah, because this is student grade paper. I think it still works though. It still works. So what I'm going to do is I'll come back to this one now since it's dry, and we're going to do a second layer. That's what's going to happen. Let's see here. I worked with this bluish greenish, which means I'd like to now have on my palette, I would like a little bit of a deeper color. So I'll put it right here. Let's see, there, it's open. Just a little bit. What I'm going to do now is the amount of water that I'll use on my brush will be much lighter. So I'm essentially going to be painting now rather than using so much water to carry the details around. Okie doke. So what I'll do, let's see here, is let me make sure my brush is clean. That's always nice. Get it washed off. And with my relatively clean water, it's not super clean, but it's cleaner than the other one, I'm going to start with just a little bit of my previous color. I'll do my best to keep it even thicker, so you'll notice I grabbed all of it. So I feel almost like I'm painting with acrylics at this point. It's denser, and I would like some more color density right here. On the tips, I think. These edges and these tips. So I'm adding more color. It's a little more vibrant. I'm not putting any more water. I'm using it straight as it is right now, and I'm essentially just painting. If I feel like it's too dry, then I'll add just a tiny dab of water, just the tiniest dab, just so that it reconstitutes again. So I'm just adding that like that. If I feel like the colors are too harsh and I'm not happy with it, I'll grab a little bit of water and along the edge just kind of get some clean water. Let me wash that off for a sec. Let's do that. Clean, actual clean water. Try to do a little bit of blending with the water. I feel like I carried that in a little too far, and that's okay. It happens. I'll survive. Again, let me see if this will help pick up a little bit. A tiny bit, not too much. It's okay. So you'll see there's quite a bit of that green here, not as much here. I am going to try to pick up just a little more. And then what I am going to do is start switching to this blue. And you're welcome to do some blending if you like, or not. It's up to you. I'm just letting a little bit of that green and blue mix now. Make a little bit of a mess. Good stuff. Good stuff. So now I've got a blue, and I'm going to add a little bit of blue. I think what would be fun, how about just some little dots? How about that? That might be good, I think. Some dots might be good. Yeah, let me check the chat real quick. Oh, a cotton rag cold press. Oh yeah, absolutely. So Carla mentioned cotton rag cold press. Yeah, I've heard of that. I will definitely be getting some of that very soon as I continue practicing. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. For sure. Thank you. Jennifer said, watching live while I work. Oh, you're working with polymer clay. Nice. I have some sitting in my room here that I might work with soon. It's a good idea. Miss Melissa said, Jacquard Dorland's wax medium is what you have. Oh, nice. You use it with a soft cotton fabric. So do you just kind of rub it on there? Is that what you do? You use a rag and then you just kind of like lay it over the paper? That sounds like an interesting idea, yeah. And then Julie said, polymer clay is so much fun. Yeah, it really is. I think anyone creative pretty much loves playing with clay. It's good stuff. I'm just remixing this because it started to dry up a little bit. Okay, let's put some blue on here. I'm going to do these little sort of, not dots, but like these little dabs. Just kind of along the outside of the wing there. Let me rotate this a little. Get some more color. And dab. Make them a little longer. Is this a real butterfly? Most definitely not. But I'm just kind of playing. Just playing around like that. Not a real butterfly. This is my imaginary blue striped shiny butterfly. I think I just want to put one large shape like that. And a little one. A big one and a little one. Let's do that on the other guy now. See if we can replicate that look. That's always what's stressful for me. I mean, I wouldn't call it real stress, just like a momentary micro stress, as I'm trying to replicate the shapes on the other side and they never come out the same. Close enough. Close enough. A little micro stress. Please look the same. There we go. And I think while I'm here, I'll just might as well just do this little shape here. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Close enough, I hope. There we go. So we got some blue here, some blue up here. It still looks a little different. What I like to do is just add one more color. And from the look of what I've got here, I'm almost thinking some of that pinky color. That pink color might be nice, right? Oh, Miss Melissa, you can heat it up. Oh, interesting. You can use mineral spirits. Oh, I've heard of that too. I've never tried it though. That sounds like an interesting idea. Yeah, nice. I'm just kind of checking out the chat. Nice. It's a blue-winged Betsy butterfly. It is, isn't it? Yes. It's fun. Just make up your own creatures. Just make up your own. Have some fun. Make it happen. I'm adding some of this kind of a vibrant, it's a little bit of a magenta, but not quite. Metallic. Let's see. How about let's add a few these sort of longy shapes. Hopefully they don't look awful. There we go. Let's add a little bit on the other side. And you'll notice just these little dabs were enough. The little dabs were enough. Let's try to add some here. Brush. They won't be the same, but close enough. There we go. There are those guys. And if I can manage, I'm going to put just right on top of this guy. I'm just going to glob it right on there. Some purple. A little bit of a stronger color. Since I'm done using that pink, I believe. I'm just going to splop it right on there. That's the right word, right? A little bit of a splop. A deeper color. And I'm going to mix some lovely colors. So add some of this purple to this pinkish color. I'd like to create a bit of a gradient now. Let's add some purple to my friend here. Should be nice. Oh, Julie said it reminds me of a lunar moth. Oh, I love moths. Those are even more gorgeous than butterflies sometimes, aren't they? I need more water. My goodness. Let's grab a sip of water while we're here. Just a little sip. Make sure I get water as my paintings also get water. Very nice. Deshi says, playing with different lines and dots. Yeah, of course, go for it. Add as much or as little as you need. A sploop. Yes. It is the official word for what we're doing right now. We're splooping. A little sploop of paint. There we go. A little splorp, a little sploop. So now that it's a little bit mixed, I'm going to layer this. Can we get a little closer? Yes, my friend. Yes. Let's add it on top of that pink color. Just part way. Just a little partial covering. Again, at this point, we're just painting. There we go. Little purpley color on top of the pink. Purple on top of pink. And you know what? While I'm here, I'm already having fun. I'm going to put this little purple dab inside of the blues, just to create a little bit more excitement. A little bit of purple inside the blue for excitement. Very cute. Very, very cute. Let's do it over here too. Little purple dabs inside of the blues. They kind of take over, but you know what? I'm okay with that. There we go. And I think I'd like to add just a little bit more of that right in here, just so that it all kind of goes together. Here, here, and here. So it looks like 3 of them. I'm doing my best to mirror it so both sides have kind of some equal representation there. And now what I'd like to do, since I've already got this lovely full-on purple, is just use some without any mixing. So I'm gonna get my brush cleaned up. So only use it by itself right here. Good thing I got lots of space on my little plate. Oh my gosh, that is so lovely. Look at that. That's a queen's color, isn't it? That's a purple for the purple queens out there. This is it. That is so good. I get excited, I'm sorry. I will add it. I think I want to do the tips here, these weird little thingies down here. I want them to have some purple. Just really obvious purple, little purple tails there. I'll try to be delicate. I'll try. Just a strange little purple tip at the end, just like that. Then of course feel free to go ahead and keep adding more stuff. Add whatever you need. I feel like I'm just going to add a tiny bit here real quick, just so it completes the gradient. I almost hardly even needed any here. Almost hardly. Yes, my friends. Okay, I think I'm good with the way that looks. It's a bit messy still, but we're not done with it yet. We're still going to work on it a little more. So there we go. Let's work on this one. I think it's fairly dry. How are you looking? Not bad. It's mostly dry. So I'm going to go in here. You can kind of see the shininess of that metallic paint. You can kind of see that as I move it like that. It's pretty nice. So I'm going to be adding, I think I'll just start with that lovely purple since I've already got it on the brush. I'll just start layering some colors on top of what I already have. Just like the other one, that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah. Deshi said it's very pretty and it's delicious looking. It's like candy, isn't it? Kind of looks like candy. So this purple, I think I'd like it. You know what? I'm going to be real. I'm going to keep it real. I need a smaller brush. That's how I keep it real around here. I will find a smaller brush. This guy. This is my friend now. Just because I feel like I don't have the control anymore with my medium brush. So I'm switching to this little guy. Let's start over. Some purple. Lovely purple. And I'm just going to start, oh, I got too much. Adding colors here. And at this point, I'm honestly just painting. I'm just painting. Am I a professional? No, I'm not. Do I know what I'm doing? Sometimes. Is this fun? Oh, definitely. This is very fun. I'm going to clean this off, and I'll be honest, with some dirty water. I'm going to kind of make a mess here, just like that. A little bit of a mess. A little bit of water. It's messy and it's fun. We can all do this. If I can do this, you can do this. We can all do this. A little bit of paints or watercolor, some markers if you have them, go for it. I think this is fine for now. Made a mess, I love it. I'm gonna play around with more of this pink purple mess right here. Mix it up a little. Need more water. Here we go. And I'm going to add to a few more places, my friends. Maybe here. I'm kind of just making this line around the edge. And then I'm going to see if I can get it to move a little with just some clean water. So I'm loading my brush with some clean water. And I'm going to touch this edge with the clean water. It helps it just kind of move a little bit. Just a little. Get some more clean water. I've noticed that it's important to not work it too much, because you make too much of a mess. Too much. If that is such a thing. So you notice layering it, you can get a little bit more detail there. You can get more going on. I believe I want something to put on that orange. I'm not quite sure. Let's see what happens when we put, what color should I put? I almost don't want to put anything on top of the orange. I think it looks lovely the way it is. I will just add a little more blue, and I think that's good. I'm gonna call it a win. I certainly love how easy it is to just add water and just wake the color up again. I love that so much. It just wakes up. It was sleepy and dry, and now it's awakened. Just put in a little bit of water. So let's add some of the sky blue here. That'll be really nice. You need to invest in different pen sizes. Let me add some of this blue here. Let's see if we can make it work. A little bit here. A little bit there. I believe that's what I want. A little bit here and there. And now I think I'd like some clean water. I believe this is about all the colors I want. I believe this is what makes me happy today. Again, I'm adding clean water just to this edge here, just to reactivate it and get it to run a little softer. I think I'm okay with that. I'm accepting of that. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So what I'm going to be doing real quick here, as this dries, I'll start using really the part that's less scientific is just using some black to do a little bit of my black outlining. And for this part, you can also use a pen if you had a pen that you really like. And actually I'm thinking that I should just show you so you can see, as long as it's dry enough. Let me touch it. Let's see here. And Julie said, actually, again, I apologize if I miss a few of your comments here and there. It's kind of moving by a bit quickly. Julie said, fake it till you make it, right? No one's going to know. Hey, we all have to start somewhere. Not everybody starts off knowing everything. We got to play around first. Got to play around. Yeah, if you have a pen, you can always do some of your outlining and your doodling and your drawing. I use these a lot. They're just kind of these regular drawing pens. If you have microns, that's pretty much what this is. This one has a nice big pen tip. You may also try using like some permanent markers, whatever you got, you know, whatever your ball game is. You could always use a pen. So like right here, we've got the body here. You can just go right in, make it easy for yourself, and just color it in black. I'm going to leave this little shape here, like that. You get in a little closer. Leave a little shape like that, a little circle, kind of oblong. Color the rest. Depending on the types of paints you have, there's a chance that some of your painting that you did here could mess a little bit with the tip of your marker, but it's important that you try it out just to see if it works for you or not. It might work for you, it might not. I noticed that it kind of does. It feels a little chalky against the marker, but it works most of the time still. So there's that. I'm just kind of doing the same thing here. I'm going to leave these little circles here kind of to imply sort of these eye shapes. You can make it more complicated if you'd like. Or you can keep it simple like this guy. Sometimes I like my butterflies simple, just like that, little cutie. You could also just leave it like that. You don't have to outline anything else. Let's see, I'm going to outline the beginning here, let it taper out like that. You can outline as much of it or as little bit as you like. So like that, that's one way. Just let the colors kind of play on their own like that. That's one thing we can do. Now, I am going to show you how I use the brush. Pretty much just painting some lines. If it's easier for you with a marker, then, you know, keep doing that. It's fine. You can keep using the marker. I'm going to try to practice a little bit of my painting. Let's see, here's the gouache. So here's just some black, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let's make sure the gouache is good. I think so. And I'm essentially just going to use, just like with the other paints, a little bit of water to activate it and just start making some very delicate little lines. Just drawing. Just having fun. I'll likely use one of these smaller brushes, like this little guy, this itty bitty guy, just to do some line work. I don't need to worry anymore about my water being clean or not. I can just use it since the only color I'm using now is black. So how about we do some of that now? I definitely... Deshi said the outline in Shadow Queen. I'm trying here. Just gonna... Sometimes it's hard using a brush, I won't lie. Sometimes it's a little difficult. I think what I'm going to do is just put a drop of water here. Because with the little breeze that I've got here, this stuff is probably going to dry out fairly quickly. So I'm just going to put like a little drop of water on it just from the get-go. I've noticed that helps. My little glob of paint is going to like to dry out. So there we go. You'll see. Nice black. Looks like ink. I love ink. Looks like ink and I love ink. I am going to try to do this from the left to the right because obviously I don't want to get paint on my hand. And although I have gotten paint on my hand before, so can't complain. So I'd like to just kind of outline this here. I'm just going to make it easy on myself and just outline it pretty much where I put the pencil. Easy breezy for me. I don't want to reinvent the wheel at this stage. So occasionally I'm just going to wet my brush and just come back here and grab a little bit of that black. That's it. And as I work here, I'm going to create some little circles and just paint around those little circles. Hopefully I don't make them too big because I think they look really cute when they're kind of smallish. Because this is where we get to test our hand-eye coordination right here. It's those of you who are using markers, it's much easier. Feel free to do that. If you want to challenge your control of a brush, you can do this. It's fine. Today's the day for me. What I like is that almost if it's a little too much water, less water, it looks fine. The black still mostly looks black, and if it's a little watered down, you still get a very similar kind of quality. And it looks nice when the color is varied. It looks nice, I think. Me thinks. It looks good. I've been working a lot on trying to get my backyard ready since it's gardening time again. Time for gardening. Last year I made a lot of mistakes with my garden, unfortunately. A lot of mistakes, and I am rectifying said mistakes this year. So there we go. There's the outside. Is it perfect? No, not perfect. That's okay. It's okay. I like it still. So I'm going to go in here and outline. Again, all those pencil lines I made earlier. I'm outlining them, just like that. I'm just outlining. There were a couple of circles here, I recall. I'm going to make an extra one there, and everything else gets outlined like that. And then there were some lines here that I'm going to try to follow. Let's see if I can find them. Here-ish. There. And then what I'm trying to do is kind of round off these edges so they look like they kind of blend together. Like that. And like that. All these little edges. So anywhere where there's this bit of a corner, I'm trying to kind of round it off with the paint. Just like that. I think that looks pretty nice. Very neat. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope you're having lots of fun. Let me check out the chat real quick. What's going on with all of you there? New songs, 80 said. That's what I do, Julie. Oh, yeah. No one can tell me if I'm wrong. Exactly. Who made anyone else the boss of art? You do what you need to do. Nice with the black hat. It finally puts everything in a nice contrast, doesn't it? Finally gives lots of contrast. Is it nice to have all the beautiful rainbows of colors? It is very nice. But sometimes you just really need to contrast. That black really does it, doesn't it? Really, really does it. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I hope you're trying it out. Yeah. Deshi, let me see. Deshi said, hope it comes out nice. Yeah. Yes, Melissa said. Oh yeah, stained glass. There you go. You nailed it. It's kind of like a stained glass. I'm going to try to do some of those little circles over here. Maybe not as many. Maybe. Sometimes I say something and then immediately change my mind. That's just the way of the artist. You go into a drawing saying one thing. Before you know it, you're doing the exact opposite. And I know that's me. Every time. I'm going to do that little tail that it's got there. I'm going to do that whole thing in black. That's what's about to happen. There you go. Let's put a circle right here. Yeah, it gives it some good contrast. You're right. I'm liking it too. I have to kind of lean back a little so I can see what's happening here. It's pretty cool. Very nice. Here's going to be my last little circle right here, I think. Little circle. Just go right in there. So yeah, at this point I'm not really concerned about how much water I'm using. It's just a little bit. I just keep adding little dabs. You'll notice I grab water and I come back here and just keep reworking some of that black back into the area there. And just keep going. So this one, I'm not even going to bother being too delicate. I'm just going to paint it just straight like that. I do also have white paint, so once this dries, I can put little dabs of white paint on top. That's what I'll do. A little bit of white, which will help there. So there we go. This all just turned into one shape. It's okay. I don't mind. There we go. That was pretty fast. Let me kind of go over a few spots that I missed. And then the other wing will be done very quickly. Fun. This is fun. Very nice. We've got these little antenna here. Butterflies are just those kind of things where you have to like kind of like smile to yourself when you're doing it. I don't know. If you're not smiling right now making your butterflies, something's wrong. You might need a nap maybe if you're not having all this joy making your own little friends right here. It's so much fun. Yeah, it is. Julie said, reminds me of the iridescent gift wrap that is transparent. Oh, kind of like that, huh? Yeah, that's right. It's a little shiny. It's got a little bit of shine to it. It's kind of nice. So I'm going to make sure I don't make a mess with this one. Okay, it's good. Now we can finish off this other wing real quick. Let's see. This one on the top. All the way. And I believe I wanted it to be just a little little curvy like that. Let's work on the top. I like the orange. That's the color that's surprising me right now. I like the orange, but also isn't a monarch butterfly already orange? Maybe that's why. It feels like an actual butterfly, just a vibrant orange. Just really lovely. As much as I love butterflies, though, with my garden as I get started, I'm going to not like them very much. I'm already thinking that that's what I'm going to have to protect my plants against, is all those cute little butterflies that come into my yard every spring. And those little guys are hungry. They lay thousands of babies in my garden. They are so cute. And I can't have them there. They wrecked my garden last year. All those little caterpillars wrecked my whole garden. Maybe that's why I wanted to draw some butterflies, because I know they're coming. They're arriving. I have to prepare for the onslaught of little cute butterflies. The most annoying ones are those tiny little tiny white ones, the little tiny white butterflies. They lay so many babies on everything. So I have to go out there and kind of check to see how many little caterpillars are everywhere. I think my little white spots are looking slightly different on this side. A little different is okay. Let's go like that. Oh, Deshi, yeah, with the orange and black, yeah. It's a nice color, huh? Yeah, Carla said the orange reminds me of the Admiral butterfly. Oh, okay. The Admiral butterfly. Yeah, that's okay. I'm also noticing what is happening to my settings. Okay, I think that's going to be my other goal. I need to go and check my settings. I've noticed I usually don't like there to be ads running while I'm in the actual live stream, because I know it can be a little annoying. I'm going to have to really make sure, like, write a note to myself to make sure what's happening to my settings. I think it happened last time, didn't it? Yeah, those of you guys, if you're seeing ads right now during the live stream in person on Sunday, sorry. For people who watch it afterwards, there's always ads, unfortunately, like at the very beginning. Personal note to self. Note to self. Hopefully it's not too bad. You guys can just click off of it. It must be with the way that I have... Okay, I think I know what it is. I know where to look now. It's funny. As I kind of get quiet a little bit, it's because I'm thinking about how to fix that. Fixing things. Okay, those are my little dots. Got most of them in. Maybe just two more. Two more dotty dots. There we go. There's that part. And then now what we got left is one little bit. Just about done. You could always add more shading here if you want, but I feel like I really enjoy kind of the colors looking the way they do right now. Personally, I think it looks interesting like that. Let's do this. This. Need more black. We're almost done with this. I feel like this should have taken longer, but no, it's surprising sometimes when you put your mind to it. You get a lot done. Oh, okay, Miss Melissa says you have to wait 5 seconds, then you can skip out of it. Huh. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to check the settings on the ad center. If I use like a preset, it kind of automatically throws some things on there, and if I'm not careful, there's like this one little tab that I need to tap on. Okay, I need to make sure I go check the settings on that next time. So it makes you watch 5 seconds of it before you can skip. That's interesting. It's usually actually why I don't like to have them on during the live stream. Circle here. Yeah, I'll make sure to have that off next time. My brain's been all over the place. I've got an all over the place brain. I'm also going to have to iron my paper a little bit. It got just a little bit scrunkly. That's another Betsy-ism we've got today. Scrunkly. Like a little bit wrinkled. Scrunkly paper. Almost done. I think this came out pretty good. Came out alright. Came out good. By accident, it's almost looking a little furry on the edges of this spot here, and I think I kind of like it. Just because I'm being messy with the way that I'm using the brush, and it's leaving these little kind of sharp little lines there, and I believe I like it, and I may actually do it on purpose the next time I draw a butterfly. Like just a little bit, it's almost like it's got these little hairy edges. I like it. See if I can do it on purpose. Make an accident a little more purposeful. Let's see, can we add some little sharp, like little barbs here? Because I know that the moths for sure have a little bit of stuff on their wings, don't they? Just little stuff, kind of flakes off. Okay, so the last thing is just a couple of lines on the inside of those wings on the bottom part, and then we've got ourselves a butterfly. So let's see if I remember how we did this. There's a line here. Oh, running out of color. Okay, we've got a bit of a leaf shape here. Here. Also here. And then if I recall, all these lines are supposed to look a little bit like veins here. Pretty good. I think that works. It's acceptable. Let's do that on the other side. A couple of lines to look like veins. I think that works. There they go. Not bad. Not bad. That was fun. Oh my goodness. What a little cutie. Couple of little cuties. There we go. We've got a butterfly with lots of black on it, just like a monarch. And we've got one that's a little bit softer. I might always go back and just finish outlining it. I'm not sure. Let's think about that for a couple minutes. I think that was pretty good. Let's bring this here and come out so that you can see a little bit of the scale of the drawing in reference to kind of everything that I've got here. That was the size that we made. That's the size butterflies. They're pretty big actually. This is 9 inches and this is 6 inches right here, what we've got. And now you can go ahead and add all sorts of fun little details around there. You want to do some doodling or more painting? I think that should be pretty good. Oh yeah, did I show you about the hungry caterpillars? I know. I was really focused on the painting for a second there. Yeah. Miss Melissa says, yeah, you have to wait. And then Julie said, getting ads on your phone. Oh, you're using the quick ad breaks to put comments. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I think maybe there's something that you can change the settings on as well to do that. Yeah. And some of you don't mind the ads. Okay. I appreciate that. Yeah. Just sometimes I know it can be annoying for some people, and I guess it's just part of the game. 2 different butterflies today. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I hope that all of you enjoyed yourselves. This is a lot of fun for me. There's so much fun that can be had. You got some watercolors, you got some gouache like I do. These are the kind of fun things you can make. I would like to let this dry a little, and later off screen I will add a little bit of white dabs. You could also use a marker like this. This is just paint. It's just paint. So far this marker is working okay. I'll let you guys know after I use it for a while. See if it works. Let's see if I can get a little bit here. And then we'll say goodnight, won't we? We'll say good evening. This will be the end of it for tonight, my friends. Let's add a little dab here. Ah, my marker friend is working. Let's add a little dab here. He's working. I laid down some white. It did good. So yeah, sometimes you have a white pen or a white marker, you can use that. Perfect. I hope you all had some fun. I hope you had a wonderful moment, a wonderful little hour with me. And I'm really happy that you all joined me today. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm just checking out some of the messages, yeah, but thank you. I will see you all very soon. I'll be posting a few little tutorials this week that might be fun. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, Julie, Miss Melissa, Carla, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Carla from Scotland. Yes. Have a good night. Have a good evening. I'll see you all soon. Bye, my friends.